We have a member of the press here who's been doing some recordings, and so if anybody is uncomfortable with that, you can ask her not to record you. And it might be helpful, do you guys want to self-identify now if you don't want to be recorded? We'll ask Carol to stop recording at that time, and that's how we'll manage it.
In a community meeting, if you don't please take that camera off of me.
All due respect, it's difficult to do that when multiple people are speaking to each other, so keep that in mind as well.
I hope you respect the wishes of
I
the
respect
community.
everyone, thank you.
Under crime stats, unfortunately, again, going back a couple months, in the month of June, we had 6 recorded burglaries. In the month of July, we had none, but this month, we've actually had 3. We have a sergeant this evening representing the captain, Sergeant Rogatis.
I object to the recording, but I don't think I have a choice in the matter. So I was asked to give a few tips on what's been going on as far as the burglaries, and there's been also quite a few auto boost or auto break-ins. One of the best things to do is be vigilant about it. Don't leave property that's of value. Even sometimes it doesn't even have to be of value, but property itself left in plain view for people that go by and they see that, they seize the opportunity, smash a window, take your property, and they're gone. So the best preventative measure is not to leave anything in the car that's visible. As far as the burglaries go, those are still being investigated. I believe there's one person in custody for one of the burglaries. If you see something suspicious or whatever, please call. Any quick questions I can answer for anybody?
Could you describe again, because the officer in the back could not be heard, what actually happened in this break-in?
Sorry,
What?
one more time.
We don't have any more time. We need to move on to the next person.
Excuse me, could you describe what actually happened in this break-in?
But we have to move on.
I'm sorry, I would like to know.
If you're interested in I don't think...
This is not appropriate at all.
In the back.
This is not appropriate. I am media.
I'm sorry.
He could not be heard, and I'd like to know what happened in the break-in.
A quick answer is that it's still being investigated, so I'm not at liberty to give you all the details of the incident. Other than
I just wanted to ask you a quick question based on the RAB meeting last night.
Yep.
I know we're conserving water on Treasure Island and all over, but we've had, there are about 20, 30 chemicals that are in the soil in dust form. And I'm just wondering if it's wise, until they get the abatement done with the soil, to stop the watering or reduce it to 1 day a week, because it's very windy and dusty out here, and there's PCBs and PAHs and...
Sure, you know what, I'll talk to Bob about that. I wasn't at the RAB meeting tomorrow, but I get your concern.
Yeah, because it's really, especially the Bigelow Court, they have found radiological material there, and it's in the sand.
Again, I'll talk to Bob about it, see what the impact
Do we have to wait another
of
month
not watering.
2 months so to...
I don't mind being recorded because I know it's a public meeting and it's completely unlawful for us to demand that we're not recorded. We also don't have the choice not to be recorded by some of our neighbors who are overly suspicious in the neighborhood.
Catherine, do you have a question
Wait a
for
minute,
me
yes
on my
I
report?
do. So why isn't it illegal for us to have cameras pointed at all the neighbors who cruise by? I mean, I could walk around the neighborhood and have my children videotaped, and if they think they're suspicious, blast it on one of the websites. So I kind of think that us addressing media in a public forum.
Maybe we
is
talk after, because
inappropriate.
I'm not sure what you're getting to, and we want to move on to what you
Well,
need.
I'm getting into the fact that this has become an
Okay.
issue, and this is a public meeting, and I think that we
Yeah.
all understand that we're in
Yes.
public.
Are here?
See, you talk over me. Secondly, with the water,
Okay, you have a question for me on my report?
well, yeah, I do have a question. I have been told and overheard in the meetings about a public garden going up, and I'm wondering, since 7 counties in California are actually just about to run out of water, why are we still continuing the work with the dust? power washing when we, basically, we shouldn't be here when the dust is here. We're in a water shortage. You need the water to dampen down the dust, power wash all these buildings that you talked about in the last meeting. A garden takes about 15 gallons of water every few minutes. I mean,
Listen,
no, this is
is there a
important.
question for me?
Yeah, why are we encouraging, first of all, a community garden in a contaminated zone? Secondly, why are we wasting? Yeah, well, you're shaking your head no.
I'm talking
and
to
the
Sandra.
comment. And also, why is the work continuing that's kicking up all this dust that is requiring us to use water to keep it down?
So as to the community garden, I think it's something that the leadership would like to do, the tenants would like to do, and we're exploring it. It's a great thing to have a
Well, let's
community.
not
With
initialize
regards to
that.
the water, we will take the issue of the water appropriately when the garden comes up. And, it's like
Well, it's been
months
broadcast. It
from
was
away
discussed
right
last
now.
night.
With regards to your other issues of radiation and actually your dust issues, I'll let Bob discuss that with
Yeah,
you when
because
his
that's
time
how
is
you
on
water.
the agenda this evening.
That ties
So
into the
anything
water
else?
usage. But it ties into the water usage.
I get it, we hear you, we hear you.
Okay, so are you going to stop it?
No, I'm going to continue to water as guidelines, the guidelines that PUC provide us. Because they're the ones who demand these things of us. So,
Wow. So come out and bring your ideas, and again, support us as we attempt to support you and address your needs. And let's just do it like family do.